This evening we have the pleasure of recognizing a pioneer in public service. I'd like to ask David Whitson to make his way to the podium. David, I'm not sure we can do enough to thank you for your endless hours to our community. Your formal service to the city started 22 years ago when you were appointed to the Cable Television Board in '95. And prior to that, you served as a city cable volunteer for 10 years. So whereas David and his family have lived in North Richland Hills since '92, and whereas David began his community service by volunteering his time to assist the city cable department for 10 years, and whereas he was appointed to the Cable Television Board in '95 and to the Zoning Board of Adjustment in 2000, and whereas he was elected to City Council in 2001 and re-elected to serve the community for 15 years, attending approximately 364 council meetings.
Is that all?
That doesn't include all the other meetings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Whereas David served on the Crime Control and Prevention District, Park and Recreation Facilities Development Corp., the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 1, the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 2, Boulevard 26 Corridor Oversight Committee, and the Capital Improvement Projects Committee. And whereas he served as Mayor Pro Tem from 2004 to 2005 and from 2015 to 2016. And whereas David's smile and laughter not only brightened meetings with constituents, but his infamous portrayal of Santa Claus for hundreds of children during Christmas will always remain with our families. And whereas David always gave of his time unselfishly to our community, both at the city and at Birdville School District, as well as North Richland Hills Baptist Church. And whereas David has always conducted himself with integrity and thoughtfulness, not given to partisan decision-making, but doing what he felt was best for the citizens of North Richland Hills. And whereas his big heart, smile, experience, and thoughtfulness will be greatly missed. Now, therefore, I, Oscar Trevino, the mayor of the city of North Richland Hills, and this city council do hereby proclaim June 12, 2017 as David Whitson Day in North Richland Hills, Texas. David.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
Love you.
Thank you, sir.
You bet you. You bet you. Beautiful. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
David, one of the things that I always admired about you was the great example that you set for us when we were new council members, because, as you know, we had a lot of bad examples down here on the other end of the dais. But that aside, David, thank you so much for your service, both to the city and the community, because as the mayor pointed out, your service did not stop just as being a city council member. I know you have a servant's heart. You were a great example, and I'm going to miss you terribly. Thank you.
Rita?
Thank you, Mayor. David, you will be missed. I didn't serve with you very long. We've only been here about 6 years. Everyone else has been here 20-something. But you are warm and welcoming, always answered questions. We're going to miss you, and you're loved. You're godly first and caring about people second, and that's the way it should be, in that order. Serve God and serve people, and you did a great job serving the community and our city, and you'll be missed.
Yeah, David, also like to thank you for your leadership, your commitment, your dedication to the council and to our community. I appreciate your guidance, your support. You know, I'm kind of a rookie almost, and I appreciate your support, your leadership, your guidance. So thank you, and God bless you.
David, I meant what I said in the invocation, that if this community just had a few more David Whitsons, it would be a wonderful thing. It was a pleasure sitting next to you all these years, and Mike's my old buddy. You were my more recent buddy, and we wish you all the best for the future, you and your family.
Thank you.
even though you and I didn't work together here, I've seen you in the community for many years. You probably didn't know I was watching you. And it's very strange that here I am following in your footsteps, even though they are a little bit bigger than mine. But I remember always seeing you. You do have a servant's heart. And I see you at church, and I appreciate all you have done for this community and for the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First time I met David Whitson was in 2001. We were both running for seat number 5 over here. David was well known. I was a P&Z member. But one thing about David and I, we would always end up to these events, and we would sit there and talk to each other like gentlemen and talk about the issues. And people say, "Why are you talking to David? You should be saying bad things about him." Or David say bad things about me. And I'm going, it's not about the position. It's about the people that we represent. And that's one thing I always appreciate about David. So, David, that's what, like Scott said, we need more people like you in the community whatsoever. Thank you, and good luck for your family and stuff. And long live.
And the best thing is, David's not going away. You and your family are committed to NRH. We continue to see you around, and you know that we know how you are. And if you ever feel something's going the wrong way, you're going to give a call and make sure your position and your opinion is expressed. So, David, thank you, and thank you for all the service that you gave North Richland Hills. Let's give him another round of applause, please.